Hi, Cancer. This is going to be your general reading for January 2021. I did realize whenever I uploaded the first set of videos for the first 12 zodiac, I actually left you guys out, and I don't even know what that means. I don't know if you guys are automatically feeling left out this year or last year were, like, just the feeling is like residual right now at the time that you're watching this video. And it was my mistake. So I do want to apologize. First off, I do have some Cancer people that have been like reaching out to me and like, hey, did you upload Cancer's video? And I'm like, no. Oops. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into your reading. And it's going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, January 2021. Now, at this point, mid-January 2021 to the end of January for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I do want to spend time talking just because before we were dealing with the Great Conjunction and everything like that that was going down with the signs that have been in Capricorn, Saturn, and Jupiter. And they've now shifted into Aquarius energy from Capricorn. And the reason I bring it up about Capricorn in general is because this was such a huge moment. This was monumental for people because not only did spiritual people, but literally the whole entire earth got a spiritual and conscious, I wouldn't even say spiritual, but a conscious upgrade to their DNA and how they act, how they think, how they feel because of all these energies that have taken place. Like a lot of the craziness of 2020 was because of the planetary alignments that we had set in Capricorn for so long. I mean, that planet, that Capricorn had 4 to maybe even maybe not 5, 3 to 4 at a time planets chilling with them and just floating in and out and doing all these things. And it was just chaos, chaos, chaos for Capricorn. And you're probably sitting here why are you talking about Capricorn right now? Well, you're the polarity to Capricorn. You mirror them right across the zodiac wheel. So Capricorn's up here in the top corner and you're right here down here, Cancer. And I know that I can speak from my own experience as a Cancer rising that we all felt these shifts, and I've heard it so many times, and it hits heartstrings for me that Saturn took so much from us whenever it was in Capricorn for those few years. Since 2017, I believe to be exact, whenever Saturn moved into Capricorn. Capricorn's all about structure and authority and just practicality and knowing what you need and what you want to aim for and what you want to go for. You just have that vision for it. Very, very high visionary energy. But then with Saturn moving into it, that's the planet of restriction. So it causes the things that we're not supposed to have to oftentimes exit our lives, and sometimes with unexpected sweeps of change, especially with Capricorn holding these planets. There's that unity between the 3 earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Virgo and Taurus have felt those energies just as the same, almost as you have. Not in the same magnitude because we're not in that polarity, but we're in that energy field where all the earth signs are grouped together in a sense, and they can work as a beacon. And I dot my fingers in the shape of a triangle so you think about that conjunction between all 3 of them, and they work together and synergize together. Earth is earth at the end of the day. And we've got Taurus holding Uranus right now, which is unbounded, unexpected change, rebellion, and electrifying energy. So that being all added to this energy, I know that Cancer especially has felt this huge shakeup in their life just because of the mirror that Capricorn's held for us for so long. But I know that these layers are getting peeled off of us, and new, stronger layers are being put back in their place. We're feeling so much better, what we're finding value in, where we're finding our friendships and the partnerships, the people that we let in allow into our lives, the people that didn't need to be there. Sadly, Saturn did take those away from us, and Saturn might have took away a lot more from us, things that really hurt us and things that made us feel like we were literally falling to our knees, and just asking please let it in, some of you, even myself. It was a huge learning lesson for me. There were so many people, and I'm a Taurus sun, so between the energy that was affecting Cancers, Capricorns, and this energy also I was mentioning with Taurus, for me, it's stripped everything away from my life that I thought was going to be there forever. Certain friendships, certain things just in general that were there aren't there anymore. And I know it's because it's not just for me, but for everybody that's had this happen to them, no matter whether it be with your job, with your friends, family, whatever. when you strip all those things away, you're able to rebuild your foundation in a whole new sense. And I will say that, like, when I did your pre-shuffle, there was a huge, like, new opportunity being handed to you guys and a new ability to restructure your whole life. The Fool energy was there. The Tower was there. Big change, sudden change, taking leaps of faith and, like, just trusting that the universe has a plan for you. And the overall message that I want to give you, just like going into this reading, is that trust that the universe has a plan for you. There is a plan being called to action, and everything, as long as you don't let yourself get back into those same ruts, you won't have those problems again. What was taken from you, notice and assess what those things were, what they meant to you, at a time. Feel those energies and then let them go. And remember that the rule book that you have for yourself that says you have to act a certain way, be a certain way, or any, like, traits that you take on over your whole life that says, I'm going to identify with this, and this is who I am, and I feel so strongly towards it. Maybe it's time to throw out that rule book and get into a space where you're like, you know what, I'm recreating my whole life, and this time around, I'm going to know better, I'm going to do better, I'm going to see better, I'm going to feel better, and nothing else, everything else is unmatched to my energy. Like, you know, I feel like there's these forces, like, I keep, like, touching out and, like, doing these things, like, you guys, I feel like I've been through the ringer, during this whole time. But now those planets are moved on. They move into Aquarian energy, which is, like, beautiful energy of humanitarianism, people coming together, higher minds, higher consciousness. I mentioned all the people getting downloads and reformatting their whole mindset. That's because of this energy. And now that pressure is kind of peeled off of you. And now all you're dealing with is Pluto in Capricorn, which is the planet of rebirth. So that's why I'm talking so immensely towards recreating a new space for yourself, a new foundation for you to rest on, something that's going to be stronger than any other foundation you had in the past, because it's proven that that was not a strong foundation for you to be relying on, because at some point it all started to crumble down. And if it was a strong structure and meant to be, it would still be. So this reading is going to be for mid-month, January 2021 for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I'm just going to do a couple more shuffles, and then we'll get into your actual reading. Three of Swords. What did I just sit there and talk about for so long? This is heartbreak. This is pain. This is suffering. The only good thing about this card, I would say, is that once it's happened, once you have that, all those feelings within you, you can only go past that and move into a place where the Four of Swords is more introspection, praying, and going inside and listening to your own self and your own intuition, being introspective. And this card kind of offers and shows, like, for an overall theme of your reading, that what you've been dealing with in the past and what you've dealt with or dealing with in 2021 is that cleanup energy of sadness, sorrow, heartbreak, pain. I really don't feel like you're going to have that the same way. You may experience little shifts and stuff during this healing process, but this just means that you are healing, and that the time that you're spending with yourself right now is going to be what's best for you. That's a strong message, like I pulled from the first reading, and I pulled it, you know, just now again, heard that. First four cards we have out, before I do some clarifiers, we have the Six of Cups, a little bit more of a harmonic happiness, dealing with the past. This is a card of the past most times, but it also is a six, and sixes are all about victory and gain and recognition and moving forward, feeling victorious. And if it's in a place where, like, a card feels like happy home hearth, I mean, we got this person handing a person a cup of flowers, we got a home in the background, but we still have this person kind of pacing and guarding something back here. So a lot of you guys might be still guarding and harboring feelings that need to be kind of released. And this is in the position of you. Like I said, I haven't pulled any clarifiers for this yet, but that's the position for you. And your challenge right now is the Tower. I sat there and spoke so much before I even started pulling cards for you guys about how you need to rebuild your foundation and rebuild it stronger. The Tower is all foundations crumbling before you. Literally chaos, change happening in a snap, the snap of a finger. And you see on this card, like, literally, like, the lightning has struck this tower and it's starting to collapse. People are falling from it. It's on fire now. And what's going to happen whenever that burns down to the ground? You're going to have to rebuild. You're going to, and this is, like, energetically speaking, like, because we already have cups here. I feel like Cancer, you're such an emotional sign, and you always do so well with retreating back into that shell. You guys are the crab. and your energy is all about vulnerability. And what's on the inside of a crab, past that hard shelled exterior that we usually have to punch through if you're eating crab, or just seeing a crab in general, they have that protective encasing, but on the inside it's all fleshy, it's all vulnerable, it's all something that can be caused harm to really quick. So a lot of times we love that, having that shield. But I think right now a big message that's popping into my head is to let that shield finally down. If there's pieces of you with that energy of the Three of Swords, where those three swords were piercing into that heart, that vulnerability is your heart space. And when you feel all those blades piercing into you, you know that something needs to change. Something needs to change, or else you're not going to feel any better about that. And that's your advice from Spirit automatically, is like to make this change. You know what, and that's an advice from Spirit, but like I was like reading this almost if it was like advice from Spirit, and really this is your challenge position whenever advice from Spirit is the Page of Cups. So like I keep, my ears are ringing right now, I keep getting that message for you guys that you need to rebuild and stuff. So I know that is, like I said, an overall message for you guys, but for the advice from Spirit section, the Page of Cups is all about new beginnings. It's new creative adventures, new love. Some of you guys might have the offer of new love coming in. Now, the Knight of, which I'm going to like point out right now, the Knight of Cups is right here at the bottom of the deck. I saw him a minute ago when I went to pick up, because I thought the Three of Swords was still down there, but I already mixed them up and shuffled them up a little bit. But the Page of Cups, pages are always usually a little bit naive. They're learning something new. And like, what do we do whenever we're like rebuilding something? We're learning new ways to do things. And this is like I said, expressive emotional energy. So a lot of you guys are learning. We've got water back here in the background, and it's a little crazy. It's not calm water. It's not flat. It's a little wavy. So it shows that you're dealing with your emotions and you're able to deal with your emotions. But this is definitely showing an offer of something new coming in general, just because the pages are new ideas, new mindsets, new hope, new adventure. If this is a person that's coming in for you, that's kind of like helping change the way you thought about in the past, because now with this new person, you're like, oh, I am able to be like, I was this way before, and they're doing this thing that usually triggers me. Let me not do that this time. Let me find another way around it. And the reason I think that you're finding this new development, like in the way that you should be acting and feeling, is because at the final outcome, we have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is all about new skill development, learning new skills, taking on things. He stares at this coin, or she, like, it's not gender fluid. This could be any person you want it to be. But this person stands here, like I said, naive and a little bit ready to learn new things. And he stares at this coin, like assessing it. So a lot of you guys might also be, we've got everything here. We've got mostly just emotions and health. I think I'm feeling mostly for this. It's about your mind, body, spirit. Whatever has like happened in the past that led you to like this little shakeup of energy where you need to learn something new. And these two cards are like looking opposite of each other on my spread. They're turned away from each other. Maybe it's time to turn inward and put those two energies together. Like, because you're looking and searching for something new. You need to be finding something new, Cancer. Cool, let's like jump in and get some clarifiers real quick for this top row. First card out is the Empress, and that's clarifying the Six of Cups. I will say in your pre-shuffle, that was the same position that this card fell out, in the same row, same clarifying. It wasn't the same card at the main position, but the Empress is in the same spot, the same seat as your position where your clarity needs to come from. We got two cards that fell out. I'm going to go ahead and flip them over, and we're going to take these, and we're going to grab one more. And there it is, Four of Cups. King of Pentacles is now at the bottom of the deck. So for this clarity section, I would say that where you're trying to reach for is like a material abundance, the things that you find value in. This person has all their resources. The King has literally everything that he's worked hard for. He is surrounded by everything that he needs at this time. He doesn't necessarily need anymore. And it's also a nice energy because this is also a card of Taurus. So if any of you guys are dealing with a Taurus in general, and we also have Scorpio energy here. Taurus is also within this Empress energy. Within this Cups energy, we kind of have Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces in general. Just to like name out the zodiacs that are randomly popping out in this reading. But this person is, I don't even remember what I was going to say about the King of Pentacles. He's able to source out and give out if he has it. So a lot of you might be like coming into contact with some people that might be able to offer these new things to you to give you a little bit more abundance within your life. And the reason I think that is because in your position, where your clarifying card for the Six of Cups, where you're going to be happy and being offered new things and just like receiving so much, the Empress is the embodiment of receiving all. She is the embodiment of femininity, feminine energy. She is Venusian energy, so she's also very creative, passionate with her love and her creativity, what she expresses and desires. You know, she brings like to the table in the best way possible. I would say that this is like one of the cards in the whole zodiac that like needs to be seated in your power the most. Just because you have a balance of everything there. This isn't Cups energy at all, but it is just feminine energy in general. And I would say that where you guys are going to be seated at now going forward is going to be in more of a comfortable place. You know, she's kind of sitting there resting and like she doesn't have anything to worry about. And so is this King of Pentacles. You know, he, like I said, he has no worries. He has no problems. He's able to do whatever he wants to because he has it all. So that's where you need to be like embodying right now, Cancer. And clarifying the challenge position of the Tower is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about seeing things from a different perspective. From, you know, whenever we like physically hang upside down, we kind of see the world in a completely different way. And whenever we take the time to oftentimes, like I said, reflect and decide where we want to go in the future, we're in this state right here where like we're kind of not sure, but we kind of are sure. But if the Hangman energy is present, his head is illuminated while he's hanging upside down. So he's able to see clearly. He's able to discern between one thing or the other. And I think that being a clarifying card for this Tower energy where you need to rebuild and reshape your life, I think now you're finally seeing things from that different perspective. Oh, I need things to change. I need things to not be the way that they were. So that way, these new offers and these new ways of being can actually start to come. So that way I can learn all the new things that I'm supposed to learn now in this new state. So that way I can create this new version of myself. King of Wands is clarifying the Page of Cups. King of Wands is, he's the mastery of creativity, of adventures, and all things that need to be. He's also Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. But right now he's like looking back at the energy of the Hangman and the Empress. And I think it's like assertive energy, kind of just saying that like you already have everything that you need to move forward. You've done your work and whatnot, because he's like sitting here with his staff and he's ready to go out and do things. Like honestly, the king, he's already done everything. He's already like mastered everything that he needs to, as far as like creativity and passions goes, where he wants to like be, where he wants to be seated at. He already has a strong like basis on that. He doesn't need to do it again because he's already been there, done that. And that's what this energy of this whole reading is already talking about. You've been there, done that. It's time for a change. It's time to like grasp up into this new energy. So that way we can move on to a place where we feel more secure, more abundant. Page of Pentacles, clarified by the Four of Cups. Now, Page of Pentacles, like I said, is all new skill development, learning to see something in a new way. It's also like the teaching card. So you might be learning some lessons in general or learning new lessons now at this time. And the Four of Cups is usually a little bit of a stubborn energy. Oftentimes he's sitting here and he's got his arms crossed. He's already got 3 cups here, and you've got this like cloud, which is a nod to spirit, handing them a new cup and was like, hey, we can add this 4th cup down here. There's still room. But this person's kind of like pouting about it and like being like, nah, I don't need that cup right now. And I'm going to leave that up to you to know whether or not you need that cup. But if you are being stubborn, as I know like most Cancerians can kind of be, not in the same way that Tauran energy like the bull has when it comes to stubbornness, but stubbornness on deciding things. Like stubborn can be a good thing too. It doesn't necessarily have to be an energy of like, oh, you're not doing something, like, or you're not taking advice when you need it or whatever. At the end of the day, as a Cancer, your intuition, you're governed by the moon. You are like super receptive to energy and to understanding automatically if something is good for you or if something is bad for you. So with like clarifying card being in alignment with the same row of the Hanged Man and the King of Wands, like I said, he already knows all. He already been there, done that. Remember, whenever this cup is handed to you, to like take a second to see the other side of the picture and to not maybe sit there with your arms crossed immediately and be like, accept whatever might be coming. Because like right before that energy, we had the Page of Cups and they've got a cup in their hand. We've got this cup being offered and they're holding out that cup. And then we've got this cup being offered to this little person in this card here. So whenever this cup is handed to you, like my message for you is to take it Definitely assert yourself and make sure that it's what you need to be taking at this time, because it's not going to be fair to you to like take something just because I said. You will know intuitively if you're supposed to take this cup or not, because this is going to be for some of you. But for most of you that are watching this, take that cup when it comes, because of the fact that it's under a new developmental skill, and those two energies together are showing 4 is the number of foundation in general. And with that being a 4 from the naivety and showing that like that's a place of support and something that can help make you flourish, I think that most of you are going to want to take that cup. I think some of you might be afraid to take that cup because of what you've dealt with in the past and where the energy that you're shifting into now is coming into. I'm going to go through here and clarify some of these cards, maybe even all of them. Normally I do all of them, but like some of these are just like so self-explanatory, but let's go into a little bit deeper. The 6 of Cups energy. Can we clarify this for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Thank you, Spirit. We do have a card flip over. It's the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands is all about looking out and like seeing where you want to go next. It's that pause, like I was saying in general earlier, that moment of reflection where you kind of like just look at something in a different way and take the time to assess where it is that you truly want to go next, because this person is right there where he's starting to understand what he needs to be doing, and now he's like going to source out like what's going to get me there. What's going to get me to there? And that's clarifying, like leading into the Empress energy. What's going to get me to this Empress energy, this place where I'm more seated in myself and I feel like calmer with my emotions. I feel calmer with my energies. I have all my, abundance around me that I need. I sit in luxury. I sit in happiness. Let's clarify this Empress. Went to the floor. Be right back. We have the 6 of Wands. I like that because whenever I was talking about the number 6 being at the top of the card for the 6 of Cups, I talked about victory and success being what the number 6 is. Now, the number 6 is still that, but this card itself is victory and success. It's moving forward. You guys are moving forward. You guys are seeing what you've dealt with in the past and what's going to work this time around because of this energy and where your visionary aspects looking out and what you're looking out onto. And where you're heading is going to be more victorious. My voice got kind of choked up. And like, as I go to pick up this deck, the Chariot, your card, Cancer, is at the bottom of the deck. So like where you're moving forward, and this is a card of movement. It means like it could be a literal move. It just means you're traveling, and traveling doesn't have to be like physically behind the wheel of a car or flying or doing anything like that. It literally just means you're going somewhere. And I've been sitting here saying this whole time that you guys are going somewhere. Where are you going? You're going to this Tower card. Like you're going as this Empress energy, as this energy of I'm happy and I'm calm and I am everything that I need to be. But there's still things around me that don't need to be here. So that's where this Tower is going to come in. Especially as your challenge position. Let's see what this Tower truly is for you, Cancer. We have the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is often a card of like trickery and getting away with something, but as a clarifier for the Tower, I think what you're getting away with is all that you need, because you see this person's like fleeing from this like camp back here in the background. He's still got 2 swords planted behind him, but he's picked up a collection of them and he's kind of moving on. I think you guys are picking up only what you need and then moving on into your future. Being able to like use that perspective to see things and be like, oh, I need this, this, and this. I actually don't need that. I don't need that. That's exciting. Like, let's get one more clarifying card for that Tower. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, I mentioned earlier, you guys are moving forward. And this time you're moving forward with the offer of new love for yourself, a new creative force that's going to like help build your empire way higher than it's ever been before. I think that you guys have your emotions and everything in charge and intact on the forefront, and you guys are ready to just kind of unleash those. Let's clarify this Hangman. And now this Knight of Cups is moving towards the Page of Cups as well in this spread. Like, they're facing each other now, and they both have that cup in their hand. That just kind of naturally fell right out. Page of Swords, new ideas. Once again, pages. Like, there's so much page energy here, you guys. We have, like, this is just a clarifier, but we have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and now we have the Page of Swords as a clarifying, and we're just missing one page out of the whole thing. And Page of Swords is the birth of a new idea, the birth of a new way of thinking. And I think with it being over this Hanged Man energy, like I said, you guys are in a place where you're seeing things like truly come to light and from a different perspective. This is clarifying that that is exactly what is happening to you. You guys are able to discern things, to know what's going to be best for you. So that way, whenever you lead forward, you've got your suit of armor on. This guy wears a suit of armor. He's got this cup in his hand, and that cup is just an offer in general. It's an offer for a better reality, a better hope, a place of renewal, a place where things can just feel that much better, more calm. And you guys, with this download, like I was talking about, everybody receiving and like intellectually, because of Aquarian energy, you guys just reaching literally into the clouds and being able to like govern all that air energy and pull it into yourself. You guys are able to just see things super clearly now. See what you want, see where you want to go. Let's clarify this Page of Cups. Page of Wands. I'm dead. The Page of Wands. I was just saying we only needed the fourth one to appear, and here he is. Page of Wands is clarifying the Page of Cups. Page of Wands is the spark of a new idea. You guys could be like, if this is a new person coming in for you, this could be like just something that's sparking a lot within you and making you make these changes, making you see things different ways. This person's very, very highly influencing you. But at the same time, the Page of Wands is just the spark of a new idea. And the Page of Cups is also creativity, like new ideas whenever it comes to what it is that you want to do creatively, like with your job and stuff. And I don't specifically all the time. I like to leave things kind of open-ended so that way whoever's watching this video hears the message and applies it versus saying this is this, this is that. There's not a whole lot of energy here that is like materialistic or dealing with money and finances. Like the only card here really that is this right here. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have that is a new opportunity with your finances and things like that. But I think this is all showing self. This is all a part of you and like where you want to be within yourself and where you're going to go to get there. So I think that this Page of Wands is the spark of a new idea, a new way of being. Still, once again, everything is clarifying each other. I'm like this, I can't say it but 27 more times in this reading. Like you guys are entering into a whole new chapter of your lives where your boundaries that you're able to clearly like set, you're getting them because like I said, there's that authority and that like structure that comes with the king, that stability and security, which we're going to clarify him now. But you guys are just like changing and reformatting your mind so very much. And I love that for you, Cancer. And I relate to it. I resonate with that myself. Let's clarify this King of Wands. And the Queen of Pentacles. Card of Capricorn. Also, it could be any earth sign, but like a lot of times I do believe that this card is read as being a Capricorn. So it's got Capricorn energy out here now. And we talked about Capricorn at the beginning of this video. But the Queen of Pentacles is the comfort card. She sits in her comforts, just like the way that this energy of the Empress, like they both are seated. But this one's a little bit more financially savvy. I know I was just talking about this not having to do with finances too much. But where you're headed and where you're going, I feel like is going to be a place that's more comfortable for you. This is once again in your advice from Spirit. And what this is saying right now, that the advice from Spirit is saying like to take all that you have right now and what you've acquired, these new ideas and these new approaches that you're taking to life are going to be right for you. You're going to develop mastery in this. And not only are you going to feel comfortable, but it's going to bring in recognition and gain on your part, gain on you, like within everything in your life that you need it to be, wherever you feel like you do. And like the queens in all the tarot decks, they're good at sourcing out whatever their energy is and applying it. And if this has to deal with finances or just with your overall, like I said, Pentacles also deal with health and your body, your state of being in the physical existence and everything that you do on the earthly plane. And this is saying that like times are going to be a little bit more comfortable for you. Spirit's just saying, let that in. Let things be comfortable for you, Cancer. Let's clarify the Page of Pentacles. I take a breath with that, not because it's the death card. The death doesn't mean somebody's going to die. Death means that what I've been talking about this whole time. Death is rebirth energy. When something dies, it oftentimes is reborn in another sense, like whenever it comes to these cards. Now, if this card came up in like a reading that was like really strong on health and saying that like things weren't going well and things like that, you know, you could be looking for something like literally coming to an end. But like that's all that death means, is something has come to an end. A cycle's being a little completed, because look at all these bodies that are on the ground. This person that is death himself is moving past this energy. The sun's back here in the background. We got these people right ahead of them that were like, they're okay. These people and all the things in the past, that's destruction. All that destruction, we can also take that as these bodies that fell out here that are now laying on the ground. All those old parts of yourself are stripped away from you and you're able to go past them. We have it's underneath that card. We also have the Knight of Cups that's sitting here basically in the same position. They're both wearing that suit of armor. They both have something in their hand that's showing that they're moving forward with something, but like they're both triumphant in their victory. And whenever we have the death card, automatically, to me, that's always transformation. That's rebirth. This is like heavy phoenix energy, and the phoenix is a bird that literally sets itself on fire whenever it's reached its point of maximum potential, and it burns itself to a crisp. And then what is right there in the ashes? A baby bird, a new naive way of being, a new way of like understanding things, and like that's clarifying. You guys understand so much. This is a transformative energy. This new offer and this new opportunity that's been given to you guys, I'm so happy that you're there to take it. And I think that most of you guys, there's no confusion energy here. There's nothing saying that you don't know that this was coming. You guys all saw it coming. And if you didn't see it coming, as soon as it started happening, you let it sweep you up and you be like, I trust in it. I'm going to let this take me where I need to go, because clearly everything that has been working or hasn't been working for me in the past just literally wasn't doing that. It wasn't working for me. Let's clarify this Four of Cups. We have two clarifiers. We have the Hermit and we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is about moving away. Once again, I'm just going to throw this up here because it's a clarifying card that's out here. And we have the Seven of Swords. That was up here in the beginning. That was where your Tower energy was. Now at the ending of your reading, we have a clarifying of the Six of Swords. I said earlier that this meant you were taking what you needed and kind of getting out of there, getting out of what was like not so comfortable, taking only what you needed for yourself. And this is also the same energy, but this is actually moving away from it. All these waters right here. Also, I was telling you earlier about waters being behind you that were a little rough and you were able to discern, push past them. This calm water over here is just on the other side and you're moving your way toward that. But you've got all the things that you need here with you. So for those people that I said, like, take the cup, for that small, like, little energy of you guys that were like, I'm moving away from this, I'm going to take this new opportunity, it's still just as strong. Take it. The Hermit. It's a card of Virgo, but the Hermit himself shines the light on things and makes things understood. Whenever there's all complete darkness around you, he holds the light of the star, the literal star from Terra, from the star in the major arcana is wielded inside of his lantern. And he uses that wisdom because this is a hooded figure. He's like obviously old. He's learned all this information and he holds that lantern out to light the way of where he needs to be going next. So with the fact that it is showing movement in both of these things, and it's showing the light on where you need to be moving and what you need to be moving with. When this new opportunity kind of comes in, I feel like for a good selective you need to grab that cup and kind of take it, because that's going to lead you to here. Overall abundance. I don't usually pull a set of cards after this, but I'm going to get a further clarification for this last row, just to see where you guys are moving to. What's this new state going to be for you guys for the true final outcome for Cancer? Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is usually like a card of sadness, of not having everything that you need. That sucks if that's what you're moving toward. But as, like I said, like a little clarifier for final outcome, you guys definitely don't get stuck in that same stuff that you had before. This is definitely like a warning sign that like changes is imminent. When we move from the 5 to the 6 of Pentacles, we have a little bit more give and take energy. I'm going to get a clarifier for this 5 of Pentacles. I don't want you guys to lead yourself into sadness again, or something where you don't feel like your cups are being filled. On this card, 5 of Pentacles, it really is like a sad card. It's disappointing. It shows that like not the health isn't there, the gains that you normally have, like maybe you're having some hardships and stuff like that. So like you guys might be faced with some energy coming up that is going to be really relatively similar to what you felt in the past, because it mirrors the opposite side of this. And that 6 of Cups I said at the beginning is past energy. But my message I'm hearing is like, don't get stuck and trapped in that energy again, because you just moved away from that. It's so easy to get sucked back into comfortability, and I automatically don't feel like you guys need to be in that place. That's not where you need to be moving towards. It also could just be signifying that that's going to be a little bit of a rough start getting out on this new thing. Whenever the Tower card happens to you and everything kind of crumbles around you, if it hasn't happened yet and it starts to happen, don't freak out too much, because you're setting yourself up for like some really, really good change. We have the Emperor, who was going to clarify the 5 of Pentacles. The Emperor is somebody that I feel is also like authority figure-wise, just like this King of Wands energy. The Emperor is Aries energy, but it's also like assertive and knows exactly what he wants to get and what he wants to gain. He's not going to like look at his eyes in this thing. I always point this out to most people, because he's kind of like cutting his eyes to like, you know what I mean? Side-eyeing something. And what is he looking back on? All this stuff that's in the past, all the stuff that he needs to be doing. So this is saying, like, if this energy starts to show up to you again, be assertive and be a boss bitch, because he is the boss. Like, make sure you take over yourself and, like, have it for yourself. I'm going to get a little bit of clarification, because I just want to know what this 5 of Pentacles energy could be for you guys. I got what my senses were telling me that they were, but I want to know truly what this 5 of Pentacles is for Cancer. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is what comes right before I pulled that extra card. So clarifying that, this new rebirth, transformation, this new energy that you went for, all these new things that you're learning. Like I said, whenever this 5 of Pentacles might pop back up and try to like slap you in the face one more time, be like, I've already started this, because it's the same cards as this. Like, I've already started these new skills. I've already learned from that. I ain't got to take that no more. And like, that's what the Emperor is saying. I ain't got to take that. I ain't got to do that. What? Huh? No, I'm strong. I can take this. I can face the odds. I remember also what I just came from, and I know where my boundaries are now. Let me clarify this Emperor. And the Emperor, like, because he's just flipped out, is clarified by the Hangman, seeing things from the different perspective and knowing that your hope, your joy, everything that could be for you. 10 of Cups is all fulfillment energy. It's the completion of, you know, this Cups energy, these emotions, this place that you've been trying to get towards. It's showing that you've made it there. So, you guys, like I said, something tries to trip you up, don't stumble and fall. Stumble and keep rolling and be like, gotta move past that. I love that for you guys, Cancer. I hope these messages resonated with you. I do also ask that if you're watching this video and you come across it, please give it a like if it did resonate, especially if it resonated, and subscribe to my channel so you can see everything next for you coming up for February, for all the extra months, and I promise next time I won't leave you out. I do have an affirmation that I wrote out for you guys. I'm gonna bring it over here. And I wrote this out whenever I did your pre-shuffle, and I think it really applies to what we have here before us. So let's go ahead and read that for you guys. As I take the necessary steps in building my stronger foundations, I pause and acknowledge all that has brought me to this point. I am more self-aware. I know what I find value in, and in this state of reflection, I truly see what is meant for me and how I can obtain it. Mind blown. Like, I literally write those things out, like, probably at least a good 30 minutes to an hour before I sit down and read your cards. And that applies so much, you guys. You guys can obtain so much. You guys have done so much soul work. You guys have done work on your emotions. And, like, you guys are such, like I said, an emotional sign. And you're oftentimes seen as, like, one of the, like, just like Pisces, Scorpio. Honestly, water signs get a bad rep for all that, like, heavy emotion energy. But, like, at the end of the day, at least you guys can hold that emotion. Most other people don't know how to deal with their emotions. But if you guys get a true focus on yourself and you know where you want to go, then there's not going to be any like room to slip up. You're going to know that you're doing what's best and in alignment for you. So what does it matter at the end of the day? Anyways, I hope this video found you all well, and I wish you the best abundance in January, and I will see you guys in your reading for February. Bye.